power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
This House is in session. Minutes of the meeting held on Tuesday, 6 January 2026 will be deferred. Honourable Leader, Government Business.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg to move that the aforesaid minutes be deferred.
The question is that the aforementioned minutes be deferred. All those honourable members in favour, please say aye. Those against, please say no. We think the ayes have it. The aforementioned minutes are hereby deferred.
Announcements by Your Honor, the Speaker. Messages from His Excellency the President, petitions, papers, government notices, private members' notices, notices of questions, reports from select committees, first readings of bills, statements by ministers, congratulatory and/or obituary speeches, personal explanations, motions for leave of absence, oral replies to questions, notices of motions for the adjournment of the House on matters of urgent public importance, orders of the day.
Honourable Leader, Government Business.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move the suspension of Standing Orders 6, 16, 18, 20, 42 subsection 5, 43, and 44 for the remainder of the day's sitting.
The question is that the aforementioned standing orders be suspended for the remainder of the day's sitting. All those honourable members in favour, please say aye. Those against, please say no. We think the ayes have it. The aforementioned standing orders are hereby suspended for the remainder of the day's sitting.
The Speaker revert to papers.
Honourable Member for St. Michael, West Central.
Government business, sir.
Government Business is the order of the day.
Order number 8, in the name of the Honourable Minister of Housing, Lands and Maintenance, to move the passing of a resolution to rescind a resolution passed by the Honourable the House of Assembly on the 19th day of July 2022 and the Honourable the Senate on the 10th day of August 2022 and published in the Official Gazette as resolution number 17/2022 on the 18th day of August, approving the vesting in the National Housing Corporation of 2 parcels of land situate at Sergeant's Village in the parish of Christchurch in this island for a public purpose, namely housing development.
Honourable Member for St. Michael West.
Mr. Speaker, I beg the House to debate order number 8 and number 7 as a cognate debate, as they're inextricably linked.
The question is that order 8 and 7 be debated as a cognate debate, given the fact that they're inextricably linked. All those honourable members in favour, please say aye. Those against, please say no. We think the ayes have it. Our member, St. Michael West.
Mr. Speaker, today I rise to correct our records, provide legal clarity, and advance our housing agenda. We are asking this Honourable House to rescind Resolution number 17, 2022, and second, to approve an amended resolution to vest 2 parcels of land totaling 7,021 square meters situated at Sergeant's Village, Christchurch in the National Housing Corporation for the purpose of a housing development. Mr. Speaker, the background of these 2 actions are that in May 2021, Cabinet approved the acquisition of 2 adjoining parcels at Sergeant's Village for housing. This action reflected government's commitment to accelerate the delivery of affordable housing for Barbadians. The Cabinet approved the acquisition of 2 lots, property of Miss Marjorie Payne and Mr. Jermaine Atkins, for housing purposes. Mr. Speaker, these parcels were surveyed and a certified plan recorded, ensuring the site was ready for development in an orderly and transparent manner. The state completed the acquisition of these parcels on December 2021. The lands were vested in the state shortly thereafter, confirming public ownership for the purpose of housing. Mr. Speaker, this has always been the strategy of this government, this parliament, and the Ministry of Housing to use state land, identify appropriate state lands to be vested in the National Housing Corporation for the purpose of housing, previously by the NHC actively participating in development. In recent times, the Cabinet has directed the Ministry of Housing through the National Housing Corporation to engage in joint partnerships, in JVs, joint ventures, to employ a more industrial approach to the building of housing. Quite frankly, sir, Barbadians cannot wait any longer for affordable housing. By employing this strategy, we will ensure that Barbadians can own a piece of the rock and that we can accelerate our programs. This particular site was identified as exceptionally suitable for low-income housing. And when we talk about low-income housing, we're talking about Barbadians who are looking for a house below $150,000, below $200,000. We're talking about gas station attendants. We're talking about those Barbadians that have been frustrated by the process. And on becoming the Minister of Housing, Mr. Speaker, this will be my sole mission to empower those Barbadians to acquire housing so that those Barbadians can have title. They can go out and get a loan. They can go and help their children to enjoy further education. This is what the Barbados Labour Party-led government is about, Mr. Speaker. So as such, this particular site has a development of 8 duplex units being erected and are at the finishing stage, Mr. Speaker, with provision for 4 single detached units accommodating 20 low-income families when complete. And with everything going according to plan, Mr. Speaker, I am enthusiastic about this development being handed over to Barbadians in the South at the end of January, sir. This is a tangible step for those most in need and a concrete step towards closing our housing gap. So, Mr. Speaker, why must we rescind? In 2022, Parliament approved Resolution number 1722 to support vesting for housing development. It was passed by the House on July 19th, 2022. The Senate on August 10th, 2022, assented on August the 15th and published on August the 18th, 2022. Mr. Speaker, regrettably, after publication, errors were detected. Now, Mr. Speaker, I am certainly not ashamed to come to this House to admit that the National Housing Corporation was inadvertently omitted as a vesting entity. And I say so because we have the opportunity to empower Barbadians with housing at the end of this month in Sergeant's Village. And if I have to come to this honorable House to correct a wrong, sir, I will do so, because this is the honorable thing to do, to deliver housing solutions to our Barbadians, sir. It also described the parcels as still belonging to the private individuals, despite the state's prior acquisition in December 2021. These errors create an unavoidable uncertainty and must be corrected to ensure that the NHC can proceed without legal ambiguity. Sir, it must be done, and we will do it. Actions taken on March 20, 2025, the Cabinet agreed to rescind the earlier decisions and bring forward an amended resolution vesting the full 7,021 square meters at Sergeant's Village in the National Housing Corporation, sir. The Attorney General has certified that resolution to rescind and to vest are in order to be considered by this honorable House. This step is not merely administrative, but it moves us closer, as I said before, to affordable housing, delivering quality homes that hardworking Barbadians can afford, and accelerating the pipeline of units under construction, sir. Reducing inequality, prioritizing low-income families and first-time owners. Now, this is key. First-time owners must be included in the mix. And every development that we have coming forward, whether it's at Bullings, which should be ready in the middle of this month, sir, 20 units to those Barbadians in the parish of St. James. Sir, I hope to have these openings coming one after the other. I look forward to delivering these solutions and also to include in our social housing program what we call rent-to-own. This rent-to-own program will be included in every development. And I am pleased to say to this honorable House that you don't have to bring a mortgage certificate to get a rent-to-own. That is not our intended target market. This social program is intended to help Barbadians that are working but cannot necessarily get a mortgage certificate that will allow them to get into a home on a normal basis. So this is very important that we employ this strategy, because the same gas station attendants, these type of workers can benefit, and they will pay. All we need to know is that they are working, that they have a job. So this will empower the vulnerable groups, ensuring that our most vulnerable, single parents, so much of our communities, in the communities of St. Michael West, St. Michael West Central, St. Michael South Central, we are acutely aware, sir, that our communities have many single mothers who are trying their best to provide for their children with minimal help. We must protect these individuals and ensure that they can be a part of the housing resolution, sir. Persons with disabilities, sir, we want to be able to have housing available for them, dignified housing, and the stability that it brings. Sir, these objectives reflect what has been articulated at the highest levels to undertake the most ambitious housing program thus far. Bring an end to these long waiting lists. So people are tired of waiting. And I am cognizant of the frustrations that our people have had previously. And while we look forward, sir, I am looking in the rearview mirror as well, because we will not leave out Barbadians in the housing estates. As such, the Ministry of Housing, Lands and Maintenance will undertake a tremendous strategy to repair roofs, making sure that our housing estates have the required resilience so that they can be comfortable that when the hurricane season hits, that they would not have to worry as much about leaking roofs. This will be undertaken in this financial year and the next. We will also go on a beautification drive within the estates. Because as I said before, I am looking squarely in the rearview mirror as well as looking forward. And our citizens in the housing estates must feel as though they live in areas that are beautiful, that are dignified. And I am aware that whenever I drive past NHC, in or out, and I go towards Bridgetown, and I pass Country Park Towers, and I look at the duplexes, and I see that they're in, they require a paint job. And when I go into Kensington Lodge and visit our citizens in there, I am aware that it is in need of urgent repair and beautification, sir. I can't be at NHC in an office at the Ministry of Housing sitting down, and there are estates in my vicinity, and I have to pass these estates every day looking like this. So we are committed, sir, in this financial year and the next to repair these at Stewart's Lodge as well, at Haynesville. We will undertake this, sir. In addition to that, the vision includes leveraging partnerships to build thousands of homes and also utilize renewable energy, sir. This will be a big part of our agenda going forward. I do recognize the challenges before, especially with being able to grid tie. I, sir, was looking forward to having, in a previous life, a grid tie connection on my business, only to be told by the Barbados Light and Power that I could not do so because of the instability on the grid, sir. So we look forward to not only including resilience in our housing stock, but also to participate in the circular economy, sir. And that means working with the Ministry of Energy to get a carve-out so that we can implement this strategy again using battery technology, utilizing solar farms, community farms, sir. And this will be done so in collaboration with the Development Bank, sir. We've already engaged CAF, the World Bank, and the IADB in this pursuit. Sir, with that said, the resolutions before the House. Resolution 1, to rescind Resolution number 17, 2022, as published on August the 18th, 2022, to correct and record and remove ambiguity. And Resolution 2, approve the amended resolution to vest a total of 7,021 square meters at Sargent's Village, comprising of 2 parcels in the National Housing Corporation for public purpose, is before the House. As I close, colleagues, this is a straightforward corrective step, but with far-reaching implications and benefits. By regularizing the vesting and empowering the NHC to proceed, we put families first, accelerate housing delivery, and honor our commitment to affordable housing, fairness, and community. I respectfully ask for your support to rescind this resolution and to approve the vesting so that we can move swiftly to empower Barbadians, as is our mandate as a Barbados Labour Party government. With those few words, I do beg that this resolution do pass.
Honourable member for Christchurch South.
I'm obliged to you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning. As you are aware, sir, I listen to everything that is said in here, including the prayer. And I'm always grateful to the chaplain for the prayers that he offers. And this morning's prayer was one of those that really lifts the spirit. The only regret is that that prayer was said in the presence of only 13 members of the government. I don't know if it's an atheistic government, but I want the people of Barbados to be aware, and I say this in all seriousness every week that I come here. Every week that I come here, I am going to reflect on the number of government members who are in this House. And I'm not speaking on behalf of the Honourable Member for St. Michael West. He's new to the ministry. And as I have reflected prior hereto, on behalf of the Honourable Member for Christchurch East Central, who quite often comes here and addresses the Parliament with 8 or 9 of his colleagues present, and I want the people of Barbados to know this is not to shame this government, but I want the people of Barbados to know that this is a government that is delinquent in its attendance at this Parliament. The people of Barbados elected 30 of us, and unless there's some good excuse from week to week, the prayers of the chaplain must be said to a Christian Parliament of 30 persons present. It's no joke. It is not a joke. This Parliament has a duty to be fully constituted every week. And a prayer said in here this morning, and 13 government members are present, excluding you, Your Honour. You make the 14th, but you're the Speaker. And that is a complaint I will make from week to week. It matters not to me how upset it makes them. But this Parliament is the government's contact with the people of Barbados. And I'm not permitted by the rules to name those who are absent, and I will not do so. But I'm going to insist every week until they call the election, which is now inevitable because the government has lost its stamina to run this country. Every week, and every time I begin a speech, I am going to reflect on the number of the members that the government is sending to this Parliament in breach of its covenant with the people of this country to speak to the people through this Parliament. The people of this country are not attendant at cabinet meetings. They are attendant here with their ears. And when those prayers are said, more than 13 ought to be in here. I've seen this Parliament start with 9 government members. Perhaps the numbers are improving.
Mr. Speaker, please.
Honourable
The honourable member continues to mislead this honorable chamber. I believe that the honorable member himself should remember his tenure under the Labour Party for more than 5 years, where he never came to this honorable chamber, sitting at the back with me.
Honourable, please have a seat.
Take your place. Discipline is the order of the day in this honorable chamber. Mr. Speaker, sir, the honorable member sat at the last chair seat, and I sat next to him for more than 5 years. He never came to this honorable chamber, Mr.
This is not a point of order. This is not a point of order. I'm not putting up with foolishness anymore in here. This is not a point of order.
Honourable member for Christchurch South.
Mr. Speaker, sir.
History of my attendance. What? This is not a point of order.
Honourable member for Christchurch South.
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable member for Christchurch South.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for...
Honourable for St. Thomas, please, hold on.
Thank you, sir.
Honourable for Christchurch
I
South.
respect every... Sorry.
Honourable for Christchurch South. I determine what is the point of order.
As
Continue,
it
honourable
pleases
member.
you, sir. If you can't come in, I can say.
Continue, honourable member. Continue, honourable for St.
Thank you
Thomas.
very much. Mr. Speaker, sir, I don't want to digress. I have been in an institution called a school for 25 straight years. Discipline has been the order of the day with children and in households. And this honorable chamber demands...
Honourable member for Christchurch South. Honourable for St. Thomas, please.
Thank you, Mr.
Take
Speaker.
your point of order,
I just
please.
wanted to, I will conclude without wasting the time of this honorable chamber, sir, to indicate that while I sit in the second last seat on this side, and the honorable member for Christchurch South sat next to me, the honorable member for the 5 years has never been in this chamber before 2 o'clock any day for any session. And we are not going to be reflecting. I believe discipline is the order of the day in this chamber, sir. And that is why I come early, because of my training with Cub Scouts and Brownies. And I believe that the honorable chamber, being a legal person, should be the one who should be helping to display the highest standards of respect in this honorable chamber. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the privilege.
Continue, honourable member for Christchurch.
Thank you. I'm sorry that I ruffled the feathers of the Cub Scout and the Brownie in here.
All right, continue, honourable member, please.
Thank you. The point is made, though. The point is made. The people of Barbados now know that this is a delinquent government. Not only is it a lazy...
Honourable member, please stick to the resolution before this chamber.
Yes,
please.
this is all introductory.
Please.
They're embarrassed.
Honourable member, please stick
They
to
are